Hi, this is Dr. Brenda with the Corner Bench, and I'm going to read part 3 of my book, Ain't Nothing Clean About Dirty Dishes. I left off talking about how normal it was for me to skip breakfast, skip lunch while I was in Waverly Avenue School. And I was saying, hey, this had become normal to me. I had been doing this since I had been in my old school, Waverly Avenue in Newark. I was there from kindergarten until the 4th grade, until the 5th grade. I used to walk with my older sister, Ellie, back then. Before going into school, we would stop over her best friend's house to pick her up on the way. She had a sister who was heavier than me, and we were friends, but only the kind that walked to school together with our big sisters kind of friends. We never did anything but that. We were in the same class, and in Waverly Avenue, I can say I had some great teachers. When I was in the 4th grade, for our Christmas party, we did something I had never done before. We had Kwanzaa, and it was the most festive event of my life. I remember there was so much fruit. There were baskets of food all over the place. My teacher was so beautiful. She had an afro, and she had a beautiful body. I know that because she had this colorful African scarf tied around her hips, and she looked like a queen. I think I realized that day I was of African descent. I remember feeling proud. She explained the 7 days represented the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. I could not pronounce the words, but I sure liked the meaning. These principles should be important to everyone, I thought. But as I grew, I learned the divisiveness of racism can be at times stronger than the hope of unity. The 7 principles meant, and I still don't know how to pronounce them: unity, self-determination, working together, supporting each other, purpose, and creativity. Now, Imani means faith, especially faith in ourselves. I learned a pride about me I had never realized before. I was black, and I was beautiful. I learned a person's worth is not measured by what they look like on the outside, but by the character they have on the inside. I was encouraged to be fair, honest, and have respect for others, and to value myself. I can reflect on how pretty my mother was, and how she always took time to make herself look pretty. I would watch her put on her makeup and how she wore her clothes, and I wanted to be like her. My mom and her sisters were very classy to me. Yeah, they spent a lot of time in the bar, but they would dress up really pretty when there was a party going on. I knew this because Mom would come home with pictures of her and her sisters dressed in the same colors or outfits, hats and all. Wow, I thought. Anyway, I admired that about my mother. Even though I had a feeling like I don't care about what others think about me, it still hurt if they said something mean to me. So when I got in the 5th grade, I would spend a lot of time in class during lunchtime. I got to stay in the class with my teacher and some other students. I'll call my teacher Mr. R. He would let me erase the boards and clean the erasers. He was one of my best teachers. We had fun learning in his class. He would let the class play spelling and vocabulary games, but all the while we were learning. Whosoever's team won, that team would be allowed to eat candy in class for the week. How about that? There were plenty of times I got to eat candy. I must share that I had a boyfriend in class. He and I were some of the top spellers. He used to live on the same block as my sister Ellie's best friend. The only problem with that was we would break up and make up so often, and I don't even know why. Kid stuff, I'm sure. I remember while in the 5th grade on my way home from school, I got into a fight with a girl who had a lot of sisters. She didn't seem to like me. As I said, I used to stay inside on my lunch break, and because of this, I was called the teacher's pet. To fuel the fight, the girl said, "Somebody told me you were talking about my mama." Before I could finish saying, "I didn't say anything about your mother," I was on the ground with my hoodie over my head. That girl kept pounding me in my face. My first fight, and I must admit I was scared. I got beat up right in front of the graveyard. Eventually, she got off of me, and we never fought again. I'm going to end it there and start another video, video 4. Thanks for tuning in. I don't want to make them too long because I want them to be little snippets of things, okay? All right. Thank you.